Hoax from the beginning. Carter Page FISA application exposes flimsy underpinnings of FBI witch hunt. This is by Tyler Durden for ZeroHedge.com. The late Saturday release of the FBI's heavily redacted FISA warrant application for Carter Page reveals that the Obama administration, eager to make a case to spy on a U.S. citizen and arguably the Trump campaign, cobbled together a combination of facts and innuendo from Page's business dealings in Russia, several press reports of varying reliability, and of course the infamous Clinton-funded Steele dossier, which the FBI went to great lengths to justify despite being largely unable to verify its claims. Perhaps the most concerning takeaway, however, is the stark disconnect between the FBI's multiple allegations against Page versus the fact that he hasn't been charged with a single crime after nearly 2 years of DOJ FBI investigation. Once issued, the FISA warrant and its subsequent renewals, allowed the Obama administration to spy on the Trump campaign using a wide investigatory net. So the October 26 application painted Page in the most criminal light possible as intended in order to convince the FISA judge to grant the warrant. It flat out accuses Page of being a Russian spy who was recruited by the Kremlin, which sought to undermine and influence the outcome of the 2016 U.S. presidential election in violation of U.S. criminal law, the application reads. But he wasn't charged, mind you. So I said that Carter Page was a plant. That's basically what I said when this all started, and I believe that now because he was never charged in 2 years, right? So in order to reinforce their argument, the FBI used circular agreements which presented dossier claims as facts, such as the FBI learned that Page met with at least 2 Russian officials, when in fact that was simply another unverified claim from the dossier. Paul Speary tweets out, alert, the declassified FBI warrant application attests to secret FISA court that the FBI learned that Page met with at least 2 Russian officials during the trip, as if FBI learned this independently, when in fact it's clear it relied on the Clinton-paid dossier for the information. And here he tweets it out here. Chuck Ross, FBI, represented to a federal judge that investigators knew for certain that Carter Page met with Igor Session in Dvikin, except the FISA app acknowledges this intel came from Steele dossier, and FBI has acknowledged dossier was not verified. Another approach used to beef up the FISA application's curb appeal was circular evidence via the inclusion of a letter from the Democratic Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid to former FBI Director James Comey, citing information Reid got from John Brennan, which was in turn from the Clinton-funded dossier. I'm glad they said it Clinton-funded. What DNC? Clinton-funded dossier. Paul Speary again. FBI's FISA warrant actually cites as evidence to spy on Carter Page, Trump campaign Senate Minority Leader Reid, and Brennan got it from the Clinton-paid-for dossier. Talk about circular evidence. And breaking in all FISA apps filed to spy on Trump advisor Page, there is no evidentiary source listed other than source number 1, and source number 1 is Christopher Steele. There is no source number 2 or source number 3, etc. Just a single source. Source number 1, the Clinton paid-for dossier. So all this from Hillary Clinton. Okay? The application also reveals that the FBI agent Peter Strzok lied when he said he had nothing to do with the FISA application, when in fact the disgraced FBI agent used Carter Page's September 2016 letter to Comey defending himself against a Yahoo News article written by Michael Isikoff, who used information obtained directly from Steele as a pretext to open the investigation on Page. Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, the reported FBI lovebirds, are the poster children for the next don't text, while you're on the job. Also, the FBI, this is from Technofrog, the FBI never verified whether the Steele information went to the DNC's lawyers, or if it went to the DNC or Hillary Clinton. They only said it was likely, which amounts to speculation. They kept themselves in the dark so they wouldn't have to reveal this info to the court, you see. The FISA app also mentions a letter Page wrote to Comey denying the allegations made by Isikoff through Steele. Strzok used this as a pretext to interview Page. Page was in on this. There's no way. FBI does not believe the source, number one, directly provided the information to Isikoff. Yeah, right. Isikoff wrote that Page's role in the campaign is unclear. Yeah, because he's a plant. On September 25, 2016, Kellyanne Conway told CNN Page was not part of the campaign. I'm running. There you have it. Also, on September 25th, Page sent a letter to FBI denying Isikoff. Okay. On September 26th, the Post's Rogan posted an interview with Page in which Page called the allegations garbage and said he did not meet with Session or Devyenkin or whatever. Okay. Meanwhile, the FBI tried to downplay Steele feeding Isikoff information from his article, falsely claiming in the FISA application that Steele did not directly provide information to the reporter, when in fact he did. So again, Clinton told Steele to do this, okay? And her cronies in the paper, Isikoff, which is pro-Hillary, they printed it. There you have it. Obviously, the information that I got from Christopher Steele was information the FBI already had, Isikoff said. Yeah, in a February podcast. Sure, the FBI had it. So, Steele was told, give it to the papers so we can run with this story. The FISA app cites the media speculation, which was wholly unsubstantiated and based on zero evidence about why Trump might be friendly with Russia. FBI DOJ telling the FBI court that source Christopher Steele did not directly provide information to reporter Isikoff. It turns out that that was 100% false. Steele was the source. They lied to the FISA court, you see? And it's redacted here. The FBI also went to extreme lengths to convince the FISA judge that Steele, source number one, was reliable when they could not verify the unsubstantiated claims in the dossier, while also having to explain why they still trusted his information and having terminated Steele's contract over inappropriate disclosures he made to the media. He knew he was going to get fired after that. Notwithstanding Sources One's reason for conducting the research into candidate one's ties to Russia based on Sources One's previous reporting history with the FBI, whereby Sources One provided reliable information to the FBI. The FBI believes the Source One's reporting herein to be credible, meaning the dossier. Chuck Ross, why would anyone automatically trust the FBI on when in these very same FISA apps? FBI shows that it was unable to figure out that that Steele was Isikoff's source, despite it being extremely obvious. On top of that, Bill Price staff told Congress that corroboration of the dossier was in its infancy when FISAs were being granted. An FBI unit found dossier was only minimally corroborated. So PriceStap lied about that too. If the redacted portion of the pages FISAs are where the FBI provides proof of dossier allegations as people, or I don't know, in my mentions are hoping in this case, then why is this passage included in all 4 of the FISA apps? It's not we have provided Steele's claim, it's we trust Steele in all the 4 FISA applications, you see, on the phony dossier. The warrant application also confirms a February report that the FBI received a copy of the dossier from the Obama State Department after Steele provided it to senior DOS official Jonathan Weiner. That's Weiner there. Weiner was also approached by Clinton confidant Sidney Blumenthal. Let's lock him up too while we're at it, with a separate anti-Trump dossier written by longtime Clinton pal Cody Shearer. So I think that's Cody Shearer. Yeah, not Jonathan Weiner. I think that's, I think I remember that. So 2 separate Clinton originated dossiers went from Steele and Blumenthal to the State Department, which then gave it to the FBI. Of course, the agency also had a copy it received in early August of 2016 directly from Steele himself. And we also know that there were multiple versions of the document which went through various conduits before reaching the FBI. Curiously, the FBI spotlighted the dossier provided by the State Department ostensibly to enhance its credibility. The FBI's use of flimsy and uncorroborated evidence to support spying on Page, combined with the fact that a 3-month extension was granted despite the fact that it was obvious by June of 2017 he wasn't a Russian agent, will most certainly embolden those like President Trump who have called the entire Russia investigation a witch hunt. Dan Bongino, so now we know the Russian collusion fairy tale was a hoax from the beginning. What a disgrace, okay? So listen, what my belief is, they put Carter Page in order to start spying on Trump with the fake dossier, because the dossier again said that Carter Page met with the Russians, which he denied. 2 years into the investigation and Mueller hasn't indicted him. He was a plant to start the investigation, you see. So the June 2017 FISA app was assigned by McCabe and Rosenstein immediately after Mueller was appointed. Why not, right? Carter Page was no longer really under, you see? Carter Page was really no longer really under investigation, Page, and the warrant were a pretext to surveil the rest of the team, Trump. That's what I was saying for months now. Finally, by June 2017, it's obvious Carter Page isn't a Russian agent, but FISA app is extended another 90 days to coincide with Mueller's appointment. This would allow Mueller to use FISA surveillance to prosecute the Trump team for matters unrelated to purpose of surveillance. There you have it. FBI tells the FISA judge that Page's activities are ongoing and preclude the conclusion that all such information has been obtained and collected can be ended. Page was doing nothing at this point. Another lie to the court. Technofrog, 6/2017, June of 2017. FISA app was signed by McCabe and Rosenstein immediately after Mueller was appointed. Carter Page no longer really under investigation. Page and the warrant were a pretext to surveil. Okay. Nick Short here. I honestly wonder how many prior FISA warrants have been based upon Oppo research done by smear shops such as Fusion GPS working in conjunction with FBI to target American citizens because of their political affiliation. I can believe that. Reassuring to know the FBI relies on flimsy, incomplete news stories to win warrants to wiretap U.S. citizens. This was a plan to take down Trump, and the insurance policy Strzok made up. That was the dossier. So finally on Sunday morning, President Trump responded with a series of tweets, including both his own thoughts and quotes of others, stating that it is looking more and more like the Trump campaign for president was illegally being spied upon, surveillance for the political gain of crooked Hillary Clinton and the DNC. Ask her how that worked out. She did better with crazy Bernie. Republicans must get tough now. An illegal scam. At Pete Hegseth on Fox News. Source number one was the fake dossier. Yes, the dirty dossier paid for by, I would say, Hillary Clinton as a hit piece against Trump and looking for information that could discredit candidate number one, Trump. Carter Page was just the foot. Right, that's what I said. Just the foot to surveil the Trump campaign, to start it in motion. Illegal. Illegal? That's the least of it, Mr. President. That's the least of it. This is treason at its finest. It's not only illegal, and that's why the judge Contreras didn't go after them for misleading him for the FISA application. You see what's going on? This is really a big breakthrough. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.